everyone, Daisy here with another layout for the 12 days of trends that I'm doing with Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. This is past, present, and future, and this is our first week doing the present. So we are doing rainbow. That is a huge trend right now. And frankly, it's my favorite trend. I love rainbows. I can't get enough. It takes all of the guesswork out of picking a color palette. So yeah, rainbows are my favorite. So I am making a rainbow layout here, and I'm starting with these archival inks by Ranger and my, what are these called, the life changing brushes. I got mine at my local scrapbooking store. Hi Linda. And they are amazing. I do like them a lot better than the little foam ink blending tools, just because they don't leave those like annoying circles or squares, or they blend together a little bit better. So the inks that I'm using, maybe not the best choice for blending, because they are permanent inks. I didn't gesso my page or anything, so like they soak in and like attach to the paper right away. But that's okay. I'm gonna go with it anyway because it's what I have. So it works out pretty much how I was expecting or intending it to. It was just a little bit more difficult than I thought. So I'm using just a wide range of colors. If you're interested in any specific color, you can leave it a comment down below and I can look it up for you. But yeah, these are just the archival ink, like the mini cubes that I have, and I apologize for my phone going off there. So I just do kind of the standard rainbow. I didn't use any red because the red I have is a more like, it's not a bright red, it's more of like a brown red, and just not my favorite. So I decided to use pink instead. And then I'm just going back and trying to thicken up some of the lines here. And in doing that, I did accidentally blend a little bit of the blue in with the purple, but that's okay. I like it still. Now, one thing I do really like about this, I don't like mixed media because of the lack of control, and I love how much control I have with this. And so I'm going to use some modeling paste and a stencil. This is a Vicki Boutin stencil, and just go over the top with this beautiful flower color. Now I started putting this on and realized my stencil was dirty and it had pink on it, and so I do go and wash it off real quick because it was smearing into the modeling paste that I have. But I come back quickly and keep on going. This is another type of mixed media that I enjoy doing because I can control it. Not 100%, but you know, like I feel like that's why I struggle so much with like the smooshing technique and with watercolors and things, because there's not quite as much control, and when I kind of have a vision in my head, I get frustrated when things don't kind of go the way, like I making it sound like I'm like a crazy person. I am able to let things go, like, you know, not everything turns out perfectly. So don't get me wrong there, but I do like it when it kind of goes the way I think it should, I guess. Anyhow, so now everything's dry. I had to let that texture paste dry for a little bit, or the modeling paste, I'm sorry. And now I'm coming back in with these Jilly Bean Soup. It's from a placemat that I think I got this in a prize box. I had one on Instagram, and it had all of these little frames and they were cut apart. So I chose 3 plain ones and one that says happy. And I'm just kind of putting them around my photo. That's a photo of me taken a few weeks ago. We went to Six Flags, which is, if you don't know, an amusement park, and my family was on a roller coaster that I had no intention of going on. And so I got a picture of me in my fun sunglasses, and you can see the roller coaster that they're on in the reflection of the sunglasses. So I thought it was a neat picture and just really wanted to scrap it. And so I'm just popping everything up on some little foam squares. I'm trying to get my, it's not even a stash, it's more of a hoarding of all of these little like dimensional adhesives that I have left over from other projects. And like this is some foam squares that I've had in my stash for many years. So I'm just trying to get some of this stuff used up. And I don't know if you're like me, like I save all of the little scrap pieces of like the cheap fun foam adhesive because it makes, you know, filling in projects really nice and easy. And so I'm trying to get some of that used up because I just keep keeping them and then not using them. So I have this little tag from Pretty Little Studio, and I pulled out some Bella Boulevard letters that I had got at Tuesday morning, and they were in the perfect purple colors. So my title is Happy Smile. And then I'm also pulling out, I think pretty much everything else I use is from Pretty Little Studio. I have that hot air balloon, and then I fussy cut out of, you can see down in the left hand corner of my screen there's a pattern paper there with a bunch of flowers, so I fussy cut out a whole bunch of flowers in kind of coordinating colors. And I pulled in a few of the die cuts, and they're from a few different collections. So again, if you're interested, I can look it up for you. But I'm just kind of doing tone on tone, which I know is just, you know, but that's the trend, right? So it's totally okay. But that seems to be my favorite place to go. If I'm going to use color, I like to do tone on tone with a rainbow background like this. Otherwise, I recently did another layout that had a rainbow background for Kitaholic Kit's live video, and I also like to use black and white when I'm using rainbow because I feel like the contrast is really nice, and since they're neutrals that they go with anything. So I'm just going to adhere everything down, and I'm using my Tombow Mono Multi. That is my favorite wet glue, and it sticks to everything, so I don't need to worry about the modeling paste not allowing the glue to stick down. So I'm just sticking everything down with that. I do pop a couple of things up on some of those foam squares, but for the most part, like with the flowers, I'm just kind of ruffling up the petals and just kind of making sure that there's quite a bit of dimension. I did add the heart, or not the hearts, the clouds and the sun. And I know the sun isn't directly over the yellow, but that's okay. It made more sense where it is, so I'm going to leave it. And then once this is all adhered down, I'm going to come back in with some black splatters, and I am just using cheap acrylic paint and some water. I have some black shimmers mist, but I feel like they've separated, or they're just old and they're not working right. I can't get them to splatter, and when they do, they're just not the same color they used to be, so I think I'm just going to get rid of them and just stick with my black acrylic paint because it works very well and it's super cheap. So and then I'm also going to do kind of a doodly border around the outside with my black pen. So if you haven't already, head on over to Christy's channel and check out what she created. It's fabulous as usual. I love Christy's work so much, and I love this series that we do together, and yeah, it just makes me so happy. So thank you so much for watching. There will be a link down below to Christy's channel as well as her Instagram, so you should go check her out, and if you don't follow her already, you should do that because she's got great inspiration and great ideas. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye!